Really doesn't understand what online only means. I used to work at a large department store, and as anyone in retail knows, you have some fun when dealing with people. I was on the tills one day when a lady came over with a large amount of online refunds. I start processing this lady's refund, and the conversation goes something like this. Me, that's all done for you. Anything else I can help you with today? Lady, pointing to an item she has just returned, can I exchange this for a different size? Me, unfortunately, that is an online-only product, so we don't have them in the store, but you can order another one from the website instead. Lady, what does online-only mean? It means it's only on the website and not available in stores. Lady, looking confused, so don't stock this in store? Me, unfortunately not. Lady, could you check out the back? Me, we definitely don't have any. This one you just returned is the only one we have in the building. I think to myself that she is starting to understand. I can help you reorder on the website if you would like. Lady, no, that's okay, thank you. Anything else I can help you with? Turns out she didn't understand. Lady, could you check whether the other stores stock this item? This interaction went on for far longer than I care to admit. Facepalm.
Man leaves after I ask if he wants to pay before I make his order. I work in a store where we also sell sandwiches. This guy came in and asked me to make him one. He came, no problem. There is someone else in the store who usually makes them, but she was busy, so I said I'd make it instead, which I can do with no problems. I then asked the customer if he wanted to pay before I made his order, since that's usually easier for both me and the customer. He responded saying that if making a sandwich is too hard for me to do, he'll just go get it somewhere else. I was stunned, since I just said I would make it for him. Anyway, he left, and I wish him good luck with trying to find another shop that sells sandwiches at this hour.
I'm not required to help you if you won't listen to company policy. A little backstory first. This was during the height of the global panic. I work as a cashier and my store required masks. We offer them at the door, and anyone not wearing a mask, cashiers were allowed to refuse service to. I was stuck on self-checkout for the day, cleaning the machines and helping out anyone that needed to pay with cash. A group of 3 customers walked up to one of the machines and began buying these little containers of sushi we carried, all unmasked. I went about the normal routine of, do you have a mask? No. The Constitution, my rights, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, I know they don't want to cooperate. Our self-scan has an assist mode used by any cashiers or managers to quickly fix a majority of problem we encounter. But it also works as a pause button for customers, and they have no control over it in assist mode. So I pop the machine into assist mode, and the leader of the group is still trying to use the machine, and I'm just holding back my smile. I have all the power in the situation. I reiterate, I can't help you if you refuse to follow company policy. So the 3 of them are very visibly angry at this point, but they know they have lost. One of them tosses the sushi on the machine, and they just all stroll out without any of their stuff. TLDR, group of 3 refuses to wear masks at self-checkout. I pause their machine. They give up and leave.
Shoplifter gets pregnant. So I worked for a grocery store or 3. While working at one, I noticed 3 teenage girls enter our store at about 9-ish, all shifty-eyed. Most shoplifters have the same predictable Randall from Monsters, Inc. sort of I shift game. That's a dead giveaway. I was loss in charge of loss prevention and also safety coordinator, which sucked. So I had the ability, along with the rent-a-cop RAC that usually accompanies inner-city grocers, to watch these girls on video. They make a beeline for the feminine product area and grab either condoms or pregnancy tests, couldn't see which. I could see that one girl was looking around and pulled the old Uncle Frank and was all put them in your purse to the girl who had a purse. And I couldn't hear them, but I promise this is what was said. Then they walked together to the bathroom. No cameras in the bathroom, but the girls came out of it squealing with excitement for the obviously pregnant 3rd girl. They were stopped on the way out by RAC and told to come back in and have a seat. RAC asks to see the purse, nothing there, so then he clears the women's restroom, while I fill out my paperwork and interview girls, have a courtesy clerk get a new EPT to scan, me to ring it up and photocopy ×2, and RAC comes back with the box and actual test, positive and gross, no gloves or nothing. Girls are crying, parents are cold, it's about to get turned. Girls beg officer to not show the results of the test. I wasn't allowed to let this go, but I really felt for the pregnant girl. The officer convinced her that it's best they know now so they can get her the help she needs. Mom comes in not looking happy. I've already processed my part, so I've moved on by this time, closing duty sucketh. But man, did I want to be in that room when Mom found out. She was white as a ghost on way out. She bought another EPT on the way out because she probably didn't want to believe it.
No, sir, I am not hiding roasted chicken from you. We are just closed. So I find this event amusing after the debate I sparked in another thread about the hate relationship food retail workers have with those last-minute shoppers. To clarify what I mean by last minute, I'm not talking people coming during open business hours. I'm talking the people that walk up as you're closing and start demanding service. So for the last 2 days, a post I made sparked debate on whether or not we should have the right to hate last-minute shoppers. And tonight I had two customers that reminded me why we do have that right. One day had to call outs and a no-call, no-show. So already it's a bad day. As the manager, I agreed to work the max amount of legally allowed hours in one shift, 12 hours, to cover the call-out and take the stress off my closing crew. However, it meant that I had to have us done and ready to go at closing time so that I didn't leave them alone when I had to leave. And we were on point. Cue literally 2 minutes before lights off. Lady walks up to the sub-bar, starts demanding a sandwich. And we're technically still open. She claims it's an easy order and then proceeds to order 5 subs. All right, we will deal. Me and my crew knock them out in 5 minutes and get the bar clean in another 5. Meanwhile, I run out to break down the hot bar rotisserie chickens, baked 8 pieces and fried, and get it done, scanned out, and out in the trash. So far, we're good. Last-minute sub lady only put us off by 10 minutes. As I come back from trashing the hot bar and am starting to corral my employees out of the department, this nasty old man cuts us off with his cart and asks if we have any more rotisserie chicken. I politely tell him I'm sorry, but no. The department and bar close at 10 p.m. This guy huffs and puffs and walks away. We make it to the time clock, and I've literally got a minute to spare before going over 12 hours. While I'm punching out, I realize that grumpy old man has followed us because the time clock is right next to the customer service desk. He loudly announces to make sure I hear that he has a complaint. I literally rolled my eyes at him. I'm off the clock. I no longer have to play nice. He proceeds to complain to the MOD that we had the audacity to break the bar down when it was supposed to be broken down so as late as couldn't buy chicken. He says that he does it all the time and he knows we just had it sitting back there and refused to serve it to him. I'm trying to sneak out and the MOD stops me. Mind you, I've been up and going for the last 13 hours and I am completely beat and just want to go home because I have the morning shift tomorrow, which means at this point I'm lucky if I get 5 hours of sleep before I have to do it all over again tomorrow. So first thing I say is, sir, as I explain, we close at 10. That doesn't mean 10:01. It doesn't mean 10:10. It means 10 p.m. If you want hot product, you need to be here during business hours. Guy starts to act up and MOD, bless his soul, turns to the guy and goes, "You heard her. They close at 10. Guy gets pissy and storms off to do the rest of his shopping. My MOD pays for my meal and I finally get to go home on what's closing in at 14 hours start to finish day. So yes, this is why we dislike those last-minute shoppers. We are overworked and underpaid and exhausted by the end of the day. Let's go home on damn time."
Guy wants change for $100 bill and tries it with the newest cashier. He didn't like what he got back. This is from a couple of years ago when I was in college and I worked at a convenience store. The rule was that you only take a $100 bill when someone gasses up for at least $50 or buys for at least $50. As a register only had $10 in change, and getting larger amounts out of the time safe could take 20 minutes. I was talking to the manager about the graveyard shift I was about to finish when this new cashier came with a $100 bill and said she needed $98 in change. Since she already took the money, she wasn't allowed to give it back, as that was a rule. The manager was about to give her 20s and 10s when I asked to get the 100 stacks of ones. When the girl walked back to the register, and I was right behind her, the guy already changed his smile. His face really started to change when I was counting out $98 and $1 bills, and the girls behind me just watched his smile going away. She wasn't to blame, as she was new. He was to blame, and he wasn't very happy when I was finished. I also reminded him and her about the policy of at least buying items for $50 in order to get change for $100. I still don't know why people get cash and $100 bills when they know most stores can't give change. Edit. The store had signs stating that you have to spend a certain dollar amount in order to break 50s and 100s. The sign also stated that the time safe can only give out a small amount of change every 5 minutes.
Did you recognize all of the voices? Leave your guesses in the comments.